most companies will have some sort of learning after process, retrospect, wash up, review, post-mortem, call it what you like. But as far as I'm concerned, some of the greatest value can be added in an organisation is learning before. Peer Assist is a great vehicle for doing that. I was involved in one where it was the introduction of a computerised maintenance management scheme. And the project team had got to a point where they could define and explain their approach, their methodologies, their contracting strategy, budgets, timelines, the whole thing. So they invited people from, I think it was about 5 or 6 different locations in the organisation who had done something similar in the past. As per the normal peer assist process, they presented their ideas and what they were intended to do. And then the visitors were invited to comment and share their experiences on the idea. And the first person, the first visitor, said that the plan that had been proposed was remarkably similar to what they had done 2 years previously, to a point where you could almost take the headings and change the names and the plans would be identical. But then he dropped the bombshell. He said that they had spent 2 years, many millions of dollars, trying to get back to the functionality they'd had before they started this project. Then all of the other visitors chimed in with essentially the same message. None of the locations had been able to get this to work. And the worst example that was there was 2 years to try and get back to what you had previously. Now, interestingly, I think this is just a human dynamic, the project team wanted to kind of just press on. They would get it right this time. They would be the ones that would be able to do it. But the management intervened and put the project on hold. They said, no, that there's something here that we need to learn more about before we proceed. So they set up a task force and said, actually try and understand why it has not worked in these other locations, and what do we have to do to ensure that it works each and every time in future. They then did that, and they now have excellent computerized maintenance system, but they calculated how much they would have wasted in terms of effort and time if they'd continued to proceed the way they were. And it was literally hundreds of millions of dollars, because in each location they'd either experience of trying to implement it on their own and not get it right, or they were planning to do so. So learning before can have a very significant impact on the bottom line of your organisation and can save you very considerable time delays by getting it right first time. So if you haven't actually tried it yet, let me suggest to you that Peer Assist is an excellent process and one you will not be disappointed in.